Hey, this is BlindFox. Welcome at my Ration review. Please support the channel, please subscribe, and please go and donate on patreon.com. So today we are going to do the dinner portion of the SERAC 2020, the Extreme Pack. The Pack 4, Menu 4. So this was back in 2020 and this or the best before 2022. So let's see what we're going to have. Just the ration heater. So this is just the tissues. We might just take out one of these wet wipes. We've got the same spoon we had for the day, and we still have got salt and pepper and a serviette here. We've got some beef biryani. So this is sort of bovine meat. Water, white rice. There's tomatoes in, both tomatoes and tomato puree. There's tomato paste in there. There's some peas, corn, carrots. There's vegetable stock. There's vegetable oils. There's herbs. There's spices. They don't say which ones. There's onion. And that's more or less it. And some colorants and some stuff. They don't really say what spices are in there. But this is beef biryani. And this is 400 grams. This is quite a dense dish. And you can see there the gusseted pouch. You just want to flatten it a bit if you put it in the ration heater for these, because it's such a dense dish. We've got some raisins. They just say there's raisins in. The reason I kept the raisins, you might find it funny that in the evening, 2 of these. But I wanted to eat the raisins with this, since the other raisins were so nice with the chicken curry. So I want to do the raisins with the biryani. I think that might be nice. We've got some sweet biscuits, 60 grams. The raisins is also 60 grams. And we've got our coffee, 3-in-1. And you can see gusseted pouch. And there's enough space there to actually mix your coffee in. You use 200 ml for this. And it's easy to open. There's tear notches. Although it doesn't tear always nicely. But there. You see there the coffee and the milk and the sugar. And of course it can stand upright. So I will go and heat this up, put water there, and we will be back. So this is the normal ration heater. The same one we had at lunch. You just sort of rinse out the bag and let it dry and use it again. Here is the pad inside of the bag. So while we are waiting for our ration heater, the ration heater takes about 20 minutes. I sort of keep it just 10 minutes on a side, especially when it is a rice dish. It's really compact, so you really want to heat it up nicely. So I'm just going to use the cup to put the cookies in, since these bags can't really stand upright. There is no tear notch on this stuff, or a little one actually, there is one. But because there's a thing in the label is sometimes in the way. There we go. You can see there big cookies, 3 of them. You can see how big they are. I just brought the cup for comparison. Just look at it, and it is a big cup already. This looks nice, but we will taste it just now. So I just want to show you the cookie to display the cookie better. I could have left it in the pouch. And again, the sad thing, this stuff does not have Ziplocs. Again, this one does not have a tear notch. So we'll just make a little tear notch for it. Or did it have a tear notch? No, I just... Where is it? Or it did, sorry, it also did have a tear notch there, but I see the thing, it looks like these labels aren't always in the right place, but this smells really raisiny. You can see there. And of course, oh, this is, I really wish that it was like the others. This is a piece of peel. I think that was a peel. It might even be a, I don't know, but that might even have been a cherry. But there's definitely again peel in here. The raisins are of all three types. So you get three types of Sultana raisins. You get OR, Thompson, and some is that golden, or I would call it golden raisins, but it's treated with sulfur. So the first one is your Thompson. It's just thrown out in the sun. Nothing is done to it. It just dries. The next one is OR. It's the sort of a, not as dark. It's sort of put in a lye solution to thin the outer skin, and then it's dried in the shade. And then you get the sulfur one, which is also put in a lye solution. Then sulfur is, it's sort of either covered with a tarpaulin, or stacked and covered with a tarpaulin, or stacked in sort of a garage thing. Then sulfur is burned in its presence, and then it's dried in the shade underneath a tarpaulin, so that the sun don't burn it, or that it stays this nice very golden color. So let's taste this. It's really nice, and you get that nice citrusy taste. There is a little bit of peel, so the citrus peel gives a nice flavor to these raisins. You can see them there. It's really, it's nice. It's got the sweetness of the raisins, the citrus peel. It's actually quite refreshing. And because I'm sticky now, easy to open it. So let's see there. You can see the, it's quite a nice wet one. It's somewhat stretchy in one direction. You can see here. Got an alcoholic smell, and it's a good wet one, and your hands dry easily. So let's just clear off before we bring the food. I did clean this beforehand, but still, you can see how it's nice. It dries easy. Just see how long it takes to dry. So let's taste our coffee, and then we will do the bit. Oh, which one first? Let's do the biscuit first. So this is a sweet biscuit. You can see the largeness of this, round. It looks nice. It smells nice and sweet. It tastes buttery, nice and sweet, nice and crispy. Not too crispy, but it's crispy yet soft. It's really nice. It tastes much like a shortbread. There's nothing in there, but it's quite nice. Now let's taste our coffee. You can see it's nice and frothy. The cookie goes excellent with the coffee. Nice sweetness of the cookie. Nice coffee. So these are nice and actually quite strongish coffee. You only use 200 ml here, but you get the nice coffee taste. Of course you get the milk and sugar taste as well. I'm not really fond of that, but I know what good coffee tastes, or it is still good with the milk and sugar. Though I don't like it, I will drink it. But it's a real nice coffee. So our food should be ready, so let's go and fetch it. So for this I teared it open at this top 10 notch. You can use the bottom 10 notch, but the problem is when you first tear it open, because it's a rice dish, it's sort of too bulky a bit. But you can then just sort of make or open it nicely and then just cut it off there. But I wasn't gonna do that. It doesn't matter. You can still see the dish down there. You can see there the rice. You can see, I think it's either a pea or a corn, or both. And the meat. So let's take a bite. This thing is sort of a slight curry type dish. It's not a very hot curry, it's a very mild curry. Not so much, I think, a sweet curry, but they don't say what spices they use, but it's sort of a mixture of different spices. I think the raisins will go well with this as well. So we'll taste a bit of the raisins with this. Not gonna mix it in now, but you can mix it in, of course. So let's taste this. Oh yes, definitely gonna add some raisins here. There's also the citrusiness and the sweetness does go well here. I'm not gonna add all of the raisins, but that's why I kept the raisins out for this meal, to add it here, since it was so good with the chicken curry. You can actually, I think, if you want to add all your raisins, just pop it in the ration heater as well, if there's enough space, and just heat it up a bit. So let's taste some more. Definitely can just as well add all of the raisins in here. It is so good in here. Of course, you get that sweet raisininess, then you get the citrusiness. So it's really good. And because the spoon is so nice and sturdy, you can really mix it in quite nicely. Truly, the citrusiness in these raisins, it is so good with the curry, or the sort of curry-ish dish. I had one biryani that was, the previous biryanis was a bit more sort of cinnamony, but this doesn't have the cinnamony taste, but it still has a sort of a curry spicy taste, but it's not a burnt taste. It is really good, and it's also not a sweet curry. So adding these raisins gives you a nice sweet, a bit of more sweetness here. You get that citrusy flavor of the orange peel. It's really good with this. I'm not going to use the salt and pepper here, neither the serviette. So what did I think about this little the supper, or the dinner? Coffee is nice. The cookies was nice. It's nice, sort of shortbready, very lovely, buttery, sugary. It's good. And the raisins is excellent, especially with that citrusiness. It gives it a nice sort of a fresh flavor. Not just sometimes your raisins is just too sweet, but it gives it that citrusy, nice citrusiness, which is a good freshness. And of course, adding this with this the biryani, with sort of your spice, your light spiciness, or it's more a richness of flavor than it is sort of a hot burny spiciness. Adding your raisins to this, it really it sort of enhances the flavor. It sort of spreads sort of a citrusiness through this. You get the sweetness of the raisins, and it's really well. It really goes well with this. So this was our dinner, and it was the dinner of the SERAC Extreme Pack 4. So overall of this ration, what did I like? This is of course the largest ration they have, is sort of 3,600 kcals. You've got a nice variety of stuff. You've got free snacks, or 60-gram snacks, which you can either eat one for each meal, or you can spread them around. You also have got 2 energy and a maize bar, which is you can also switch about. You get 2 isotonic drinks, which you can really, although they say to 50 mils, you can really add 500 mils of water to each, and you get the coffee. So it's a lot of food, and the food itself, there's a lot of flavor in it. It doesn't all taste sort of the same anymore. Some of the previous foods, because you had just barbecued rice or savory rice, it sort of dominated the flavor of the food. But this, with the rice inside of the food in one pack, you get a much more variety of flavor. It's really good. I haven't had stuff that tastes the same yet, and it doesn't taste sort of as if it's processed. It really tastes nice. The spaghetti we had, it didn't have that canned tomato sauce taste or tomato spaghetti taste. It had it's a nice flavor. And even the muesli here, there's a lot of fruit in there. So this is you get really a lot of, I think, nutritious food here, because there's a lot of fruit in these rations, or this one especially. It's good. It's really good ration. So this was our ration review. I really like their new rations. So thanks for watching. Please support the channel, please subscribe, and see you at my next ration review.